You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to Thunder Valley. We are live here for the EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series. Ready to get rocking and rumbling here for 325 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. This is going to be an absolutely phenomenal show, and I'm Liam Irving, joined up in the booth by Alan Bergen. Alan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, Liam. Look, the last great Coliseum hosted everything from football games to baseball games, and now it hosts the Esports Oval League Wrap Guys, the 3M 325. Liam, we're going to watch two races tonight. One's going to be at the front of the field, but the other one's going to be at the back. If you're at the back of the field, you are going to get lapped. It's not a matter of if you're going to get lapped, it's a matter of when. And, you know, Liam, this track produces a lot of mayhem and carnage. So it's going to be bent sheet metal and hurt feelings all night long.
It definitely is. These guys are going to have their work cut out for them for sure, but it's going to be some of the most exciting races that we're going to see. I mean, these guys are going to be top to bottom, making it 2 and 3 wide. Like you said, that race to try to stay on the lead lap or get the free pass, It's probably going to fall in line with that race for the lead more often than it's not. So that's going to be something for these drivers to keep an eye out for as well.
Yeah, right now we're about 2 minutes into qualifying, and Liam, 26 cars signed into the pit area tonight. I'm having an out-of-body experience with my double zero ride, but that's a different conversation for a different day. A lot of talent in the field. One driver not in the field tonight, Matt Mettler, who finished third on the podium last week.
Yeah, interesting to see him not here, but we got plenty of drivers that are here. Almost 30 of them ready to rock it and rumble in Thunder Valley.
Yeah, definitely sitting just nestled inside the Smoky Mountains. Liam, I know you're cold up there in Minnesota. It is we're actually warmer than you down here in St. Louis, but that's a different conversation for a different day. And the action on the racetrack is going to get even hotter. Let's go down trackside and see how some of these guys are making their way around the world's fastest half mile.
Now we got Trey Whitehead back up in the booth here. Just like last week, he's going to give us some kind of news and notes and stories before we get going here. And Trey, how's everybody feeling about Bristol Motor Speedway this week?
Yeah, a lot of people are just looking to try to get away from the caution fest that was last week, and something like that could definitely carry over into a track like Bristol. Bristol's known for a lot of beating and banging and short track action, and this league has shown recently in the past that it can get it done without a lot of cautions. So just to kind of go over the averages, we average about 14 cautions a race here in league history. We ran 2 races here last year and actually only had about 11 average cautions. The lowest was 10 cautions earlier in the season. And so we're hoping for even less than that tonight and just get some good racing in. Just looking at the last race that we ran on August 26th of last year during the playoffs, I've got 5 guys that ran really well in that race that are racing again tonight to keep your eye on. First one was the race winner from that race, Brock Whitehead. He led 36 laps. Super strong run for a guy that was not in the playoffs and had nothing to lose. He ran that car into the ground and drove it into victory lane. Keep an eye out for him to try to go back-to-back here at Bristol. Christian Rose, as it's been pronounced, actually finished 3rd and had an average running position of 8th place. Always been really strong at these short tracks, so keep an eye on that number 14 Chevrolet as well. The third driver to keep your eye on is Dalton McKinney in the number 46. He finished 7th, had an average running position inside the top 10 in 9th place, was able to avoid the carnage and get his car in a solid top 10. Another one also is Peyton Holland. He finished 8th and also had a 7th place average running position. He finished 2 laps down, unfortunately, due to a late caution coming out and disrupting fuel strategy. But he was up front all night running 2nd, 3rd. So keep an eye on him as well. And the last guy is Tom Bourne. He finished 9th and also had 24 laps led. His average running position was 7th as well. So those are 5 guys just to keep an eye on, and I'll be down here keeping an eye on some strategy. And the fuel window is pretty long here, but I bet you they're going to pit for tires before they pit for fuel, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tires are going to be a premium here tonight. This concrete surface is going to be abrasive, and well, I'd be shocked if we found ourselves going a full fuel run, but stranger things have definitely happened. Trey, thank you so much for joining us up here, and we'll talking to you as soon as we find somebody who has something interesting that we want to try to squeeze out of them.
Yeah, sounds good. I actually hurt my ankle at work today, so I've got a golf cart driving around the pits today.
Woo, easy money.
What a great segue into our EOL grid walk. Liam, let's go through that starting lineup.
Yeah, on the pole today, we're going to have Greg Wood Jr., who's outside Dalton McKinney, one of the drivers that Trey Whitehead mentioned here. We've got Noah Jackson and Tyler Bentley, followed by Peyton Holland and Joseph Grijalva. One sec here. Alan, mine's glitched out and started over, so I do apologize there.
That's all right. We're gonna pick it up from the seventh starting spot. Of course, Otto with Red Line Racing. Ryan White will start eighth. Ninth starting position will be Wes Fuller.
There we go. Then we've got Jeff Klinsma and Zach Woods, Caleb Collins, CJ Papa to his outside, Tim Henderson, Christian Rose. Making a row number 8, Justin Hutchison and Cole Martin in row number 9. Followed by Matt Davies, Patrick McQuaid making up row 10 here. Bill Hagan and Tom Bourne, P21 and 22. Ralph Faccianato with Brett Bullard to his outside. Adam Stewart and Mark Gonzalez, 25th and 26th. We see Thad Teasley and Charlie Childress making up 27th and 28th. And then up here in the booth, just taking up a little spot in the back, Alan Bergen.
All right, Liam. Well, guess what? We're getting ready to go racing 325 laps around this world's fastest half mile. The lights are out on that racing.com race car, Liam. Let's get ready to rock and rumble.
Yeah, the lights are out. We've got 27 beautiful, beautiful next-gen racing cars ready to rock. Probably ready to see some sparks fly, some temperatures get up, and some sheet metal definitely get bent. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn coming up off of 4. Greg Wood leads him down into the zone. Flag is in the air. Green flag is out. We've got one around the Busch Light Machine off of turn number 4. It's Matt Davies for Whitehead Racing. He's going to have to get himself back situated. He goes through the pits, not the way you want to start this race. Greg Wood Jr. going to lead lap number 1. We got another one sideways coming up off of turn number 2. That's Tim Henderson. Or no, Brock Whitehead. He has also gone around.
Let's see what happened to Brock Whitehead here. And he's going to just nose it in an inside wall. Gets a little bit loosely, and we're going to see that as these guys are on cold tires.
Yeah, still green here, and Greg Wood's able to hold on to that lead for now. Noah Jackson up into second past Dalton McKinney, and these guys are starting to pull away just a little bit. 2 separate incidents here within the first couple of laps. Neither one of them has brought out the caution flag. Although Matt Davies, he is in the pit lane. He might have gotten himself an unsafe a penalty of some sort there, or keep you updated on that. Yanklin Jr. continuing to hold off at Noah Jackson, but Alan, notice everybody still seems to be rocking the bottom side.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a one groove racetrack right now, as everybody's trying to be on their best behavior. But back here in the 16th spot, Tom.
Whoa, we got another one up in the wall back there. Ooh, look like Patrick McQuaid potentially, or Tim Henderson. And things happen fast here. Some of these guys are hitting at angles that you think are going to be detrimental, and then we stay green.
Definitely, these cars can also take a beating here. You can lean on each other just a little bit, and just be a little more aggressive than you would on a mile and a half.
Well, Martin in the Menards 45 here. He's just inside the top 15, trying to work his way forward. And I think what we're going to find here is that keeping that right side clean is going to be very important as these guys move later and later into the race.
Definitely looking a little bit further in the field as we got the 72 car of Caleb Collins trying to get around Mark Gonzalez there in the number 8 car. Don't know if he had a custom scheme made for this race or not, but if he did, we apologize. We're trying to get that corrected.
Here's Patrick McQuaid, that's 77. Really like the way that metallic kind of red shines underneath the lights here at Bristol. It's really a cool looking paint scheme.
That is still awesome there.
Side by side coming up off of turn number 2. And now you see that 35. He's coming down low on the racetrack. It's Wes Fuller. Not sure what he's got going on, but he is pulling down, looks to be pulling into the pits here on lap number 8. Or, sorry, that's lap 13.
Well, here comes
Gap
Bill.
is 8.
Here comes Bill Hagan working his way around that 72 car of Caleb Collins there. He's going to get that spot pretty easily. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we got a battle heating up for the lead here between Noah Jackson and Greg Wood Jr.
Jackson really has not let that 67 get away from him. Now he's going to try to peek to the inside. He's got a lower entry and the driver in front, but 67 cuts right back down. Greg Wood Jr. keeping him in line, but Noah Jackson doing his best to keep him honest. Now up the racetrack is going to go Wood, and Jackson once again looks to the inside. Peyton Holland and Tyler Bentley are side by side for 3rd place. Holland up on the outside, trying to hold off Tyler Bentley, who started in 4th.
You know, Liam, I just feel
back
like
1 and is now trying to move forward 1 and then another 1.
I just don't think that outside line is just quite there yet. As right now, Tyler Bentley in that number 55, he just has the advantage as well. Just make a liar out of me, Peyton Holland.
Well, these guys are really trying to... Oh, we have problems! The leader sideways! Greg Wood Jr.
Oh, that's going to bring out...
Caution's going to come out.
That's going to be a muffler man caution.
Greg Wood Jr. trying to hold on to the race lead. Was there contact on the 87 coming up off of the corner?
He just gets loose.
No, he just got sideways. Oh my goodness. He's going to stop right in the dead center. Everybody's able to get it checked up, but do they have time to react? Looks like he's able to drive it away okay with no contact, and that is a rarity here at Bristol. When he came back up the racetrack, Alan, I thought we were looking at a multi-car pilot.
I thought we were too, but you know what? We ran 20 laps without a caution. That says a lot. You know, and right now, some of these drivers towards the back are not having fun, and I'm just quite certain that, you know, that Greg Wood, Noah Jackson, we're getting ready to catch the back of the field, probably about 10 or so more laps.
Well, now the first decision comes, and I think it's a pretty easy one. These guys will likely not be coming in to take a set of pit stops. They've got 6 sets for the race, like Trey had mentioned. 6 sets. That's 5 in the pits, including the one that they start with. That fuel limit at 75% likely won't come into any factor here. A couple of drivers at the back coming into pit. Ryan Fortunato, Mark Gonzalez, Adam Stewart, Dan Teasley.
Yeah,
Tim Henderson in the 21, getting some damage repaired. He's going to go a lap down.
Yeah, and if you're in the back, you're going to want to come in, top that race car up. Maybe be off cycle with the leaders for a little while until you can get back on the lead lap, then get back on their cycle. But nonetheless, I mean, that's just how I would do it. That would be my play right now, is to come down, go ahead and top that race car off.
Could definitely put you into an opportunity for a wave around a little bit later. If you're able to stay out, everybody pits behind you, or puts you on the tail end of the lead lap, you find yourself in a wave around and quick caution situation. That could be exactly what you need. Not a bad call to make a pit stop if you're towards the back of this field. But the lights are off on the pace car once again. Now Noah Jackson is going to lead them down. He's got Tyler Bentley to his outside. And it's Peyton Holland on the inside of row number 2 with Dalton McKenney on his outside. Chris Otto and Joseph Grijalva side by side at row number 3. The pace car is off once again, and it's the leader's restart this time. He's on it right as soon as he gets into the box, and he's got himself a car length or 2 lead getting into turn number 1.
Yeah, look at that, that jump that Noah Jackson got as Peyton Holland's almost right there. But don't count out that double nickel Tyler Bentley there from the I-90 Performance Racing. He's going to fall back just a little bit as we got action over here in the front. Peyton Holland going to make a move to the outside.
Yeah, he's liking the way that outside feels right now. It's giving him a decent run through the middle of the corner, and he's able to cut it back down and get the run coming up off. Then you see a loose moment there out of Noah Jackson on the bottom. Don't want to have the same thing happen that happened to the 67 of Greg Wood earlier. He's going to have to fall in line, and he moves up to try to take away what now seems to be a little bit more of the preferred line, the middle here at Bristol, and it only took 25 laps and one caution flag for guys to start moving all up and around the racetrack.
Yeah, it looks like guys are starting to get a little single filed out here. Tyler Bentley there in third, Dalton McKinney in fourth. A little bit deeper in the field, you got a whole gaggle of cars right here around this Brock Whitehead area and Patrick Quaid.
Oh, there's one up into the wall. That's CJ Papa up there.
Do you like that number 13 car, CJ Papa, with GPG Esports? Now, Liam, is this a situation where those guys saw Peyton Holland go up top, so they're thinking there might be something there if you're in the back here? Or you just kind of ride around just trying to log laps and hope attrition works in your favor?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's got to be a little bit of both. I think these drivers definitely saw, or maybe even heard from their crew that, hey, the pass for the lead was just made up on the outside. This thing might be moving up a little bit sooner than we anticipated, but it could also be a situation of, hey, everybody gets kind of bogged down on the bottom. There's a little bit of a checkup, and it just so happens to be more convenient on the conveyor belt to take the outside row. So, some of it could be these guys trying to get out there and push and try to make a run to the front, but it could very well be just these drivers trying to get through, take whatever flows and comes to them, and just kind of follow the ebbs and flows of the race.
Yeah, a lot of good-looking paint schemes right here. As we're watching Chris Otto and that Red Line Racing paint scheme for the Red Line Racing Network, our good buddy Matt Netler there in charge of that outfit. And, Chris Otto's in the top 5. We'd see him race, in other leagues other than this one. And, he's a talent. I mean, we got a yellow flag. And it's going to be CJ Papa.
Around in the 13 machine, let's take a look at what happened. We were just noticing him get up into the wall earlier. Now he's going to have that 31. Oh, just a little bit of contact there, and the 3 tries to squeeze through a hole.
Ooh.
Oh, man, more contact here as the 4 of Adam Stewart, along with Cole Martin in the 45, are going to get caught up in there as well. Nobody quite as lucky in this situation as we were when Greg Wood went around to bring out that first yellow.
Ouch. There. Lap 37, our second cautions out of the evening. And Liam, we already saw it here. Right now the back end of the field's not in danger of going a lap down just yet, but I would imagine that they would be here shortly once we get a good green flag run in.
And you know as well as I do, when it comes to these short track races, it does not take long once these drivers start really flowing on a green flag run for the tail of that field to fall back to where the race leader is. I know Bristol's a big and wide track. It's going to be tough for the leader to even make passes on some of these lap down cars, just with the lanes that they're going to be in, and there are definitely going to be some side-by-side situations he catches up on. This track is too small to be able to catch everybody up individually.
Don't forget Sunday night, Icon makes its return to Sim Racing Media as they take on their rendition of the Daytona 300. at 7:10 Central, 8:10 Eastern. Liam, that's going to be a good one. Daytona, near and dear to my heart. And then Tuesday night, next Tuesday night at 9:20 Central, 10:20 Eastern, the Western States Racing League gets locked in for a road course event at COTA after taking a week off for Valentine's Day. Or just a week off, call it what you will. But nonetheless, Liam, that's going to be a fun one.
I thought it was for a little Daytona hangover or something.
That too. I tell you what, after watching Tyler Reddick, I'm sure you had a little Daytona hangover too.
Could say that.
Say it's known in certain circles that you are a huge Tyler Reddick fan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was
Funny-
a day. Had mom and dad over. It was indeed a day.
I tell you what, I got to watch.
Well, we're gonna get lined up.
Oh, we're gonna get lined up and go green. Story time's over.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're waiting for the pace car to make that hard left turn. This time we've got Peyton Holland in the lead. 3 different restarts, 3 different leaders. How does Holland do it? He's going to wait just a moment, but the gap is still going to be the same. He's got himself a car length or 2 getting into 1. Actually, no, good strong restart there on the outside as they get through the corner. And look at Noah Jackson. He's going to command himself back into second.
Yeah, here comes Noah Jackson in that number 87 car. Tyler Bentley right there behind him. These three have not been apart since, well, at least Noah Jackson, Tyler Bentley have been together since the drop of the green flag. Peyton Holland, though, tried to drive away with almost have second lead over Noah Jackson.
Yeah, if you are going to catch up to lap traffic, I think it's crucial to not have somebody pressuring you as that happens. It gives you a little bit more freedom to make a decision on your own. You're not as worried about what's in the rearview mirror. You can focus more on the front.
Well, right now,
I would imagine the drivers. I would imagine if you're these drivers in the EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series, probably going to have nerves of steel to be able to race around some of the guys up front here, because there is a huge allotment of talent up and down this field.
well, look at Noah Jackson there. He's all but right there, chasing down that 8D car like he owes him lunch money. But just as Peyton Holland becomes under fire for Noah Jackson, Tyler Bentley puts Noah Jackson on notice for that second spot. This is a 3-horse race for the lead right now. Going a little bit further back, up 2 spots, you got Chris Otto, who's a talent anywhere he goes, putting the number 46 of Dalton McKinney under fire.
Tom Bourne up 15 spots in that 16 machine. He's doing a real good job working his way up through the pack.
Yeah, we mentioned key words like bent sheet metal, but one word we didn't mention, and that's the word patience. As much as you got to be aggressive, you got to find that balance, Liam, between being aggressive and having patience. Racing the cars around you, not racing the leader when you're deep in the field. So that's the other thing too. You got to have patience. It's a long race. How about Zach Woods here? Zach Woods here, that's Spin Move Racing, a former colleague of yours, Liam.
Yeah, spent some races up here in the booth. Now he's on the racetrack in a pretty good looking number 60 machine. Just in front of him, Greg Wood. He's worked his way back up just outside of the top 10. Mark Gonzalez and that number 8 Oreo machine. Looking pretty strong in the top 10. Driver I've noticed fall back since the restart is the 15 of Jeff Kleinsma. Not sure if he maybe had some wall contact there, but he restarted just outside the top 10, and now he's fallen back to 17. Right now sitting behind Dan Teasley.
I don't personally drink Kickstart, but I heard it's pretty good.
I might be lame, but I just like the classic. Get a Baja here and there, but classic's where it's at. There are a lot of good kickstart flavors, so.
Working lap number 55. Peyton Holland continues to lead it. He's got company here, though, as, well, Noah Jackson wants that lead. Peyton Holland has it. Noah Jackson wants it. And enter into the mix, ladies and gentlemen, that double nickel of Tyler Bentley. Hey, Liam, I got a feeling this battle's been going on for a minute.
He's just been waiting in the wings. I don't know if he's really pushing super hard. He's staying close to those guys. You see a little wiggle at a second and third coming up off of two, but he's staying close to those leaders. It's getting close up here for the lead. I think it's too early to see any sort of bump and run contact for the race lead, but we're going to get to a point later on in this thing where guys are not going to want to hold on to the rear bumper of the driver in front. They're going to want to get that thing out of their way as soon as possible.
Yeah, all I'm saying is the longer, I look at short track racing, and I'm going to use some WWE terms like a gauntlet match, right? When you run the gauntlet, the longer you're around and racing the other cars, the more them tires are going to fall off, and the more you're going to wear those cars out. Wear the tires out. To me, Bristol's very a rhythm track, if you will. Once you got to get in that rhythm, and when you get the caution flag, that's when that rhythm gets interrupted. Right now, the AT car, Peyton Holland and Noah Jackson have a very good rhythm going, as they're able to battle. They've battled for the last 10 laps now, and not once touched.
I'd say it's a little bit different if you get side by side versus, oh, there you go. Oh, there's a little bit of a bump. I'm not sure that it was an intentional bump and run, but he got the nose down in there. 18 wasn't quite able to get it back down. As sideways now goes the 87 coming up off of turn number 4. It's going to allow Tyler Bentley to move up to his outside and take over the second position. So trying to take the risk to take the lead ended up backfiring him and costing him one spot.
Double nickel car working his way around Peyton Holland right now. They're trying to get to the bumper. Peyton Holland, meanwhile, watching all this go down in his rearview mirror. And now he's got a mirror full of 55 car. Not the sight that he wanted to see. Noah Jackson still very, very strong. Back to third, right where he started at. The race right now would end. This would be that would be the end of the podium.
That 18 starting to widen up his line a little bit more through 3 and 4. Now this time again in 1 and 2. He knows it's going to be tough to defend, or to make that pass rather on the bottom. It's going to be easier to defend the top side. So is that, I wonder if it's a defensive move now, Alan, or if he's just up there looking for speed. Oh, the caution's going to come out.
Got a muffler,
Looks like this time it is Fortunato.
Ryan Fortunato bringing out the muffler man caution at 219 Columbus Road.
Looks like he's going to be able to get away okay, yeah. But, oh, little moment there as the leader drives by. Here come those pit stops just after lap number 50. We're around lap 69. Nice. Wholesale pit stop.
3 drivers did not take pits. Well, I take that wrong. 1 driver did not take pit entry. Did the 55 of Tyler Bentley stay out? He did.
He did stay out. The question is, was it on purpose? As far as I know, Bristol still runs the caution rules. If you got to come in down the back stretch and then come up, or come out up off of turn 2 potentially, but.
Well, Liam, I think now's just a good time to go ahead and bring up Troy into the booth and see what he knows from the infield of Bristol.
Yeah, Trey, what have you got on the 55? He's looks like he's going to stay out and be the only one. Well, along with Patrick McQuaid, but everybody else taking tires behind him.
Yeah, everybody is complaining about how loose their car is actually building, which is complete opposite of what it was building during practice. It seems like the temperatures here as the track cools down, the rubber is just not sticking to the track, and these guys just don't have the grip that they thought they were going to have. The 55, though, is very confident in his long-run strategy, so he's going to stay out here and try to get some laps led and probably save an extra set for the end of the race, guys.
Awesome stuff. As we get Troy back down to the infield there and let him do what he does.
Get ready to line it up one more time. This time we've got the 55 on old tires. Taking the hot seat. Green flag is out. McQuaid gets away strong on the outside as well. He's going to get passed very quickly by Peyton Holland. How long does Tyler Bentley have to hold on to that lead?
Couple of teammates
Goes
back
Chris
here
Otto.
battling it out.
As these restarts keep happening, this is where you're going to start to see more and more aggression. Not at the desperation level by any stretch of the means, but you're going to see some more aggression as these guys really try to fight to get those spots at the beginning of these runs, because they know that these cars are going to change. They're not going to be as pleasant to drive. You got to try to take what you can while it's getting hot.
Caution's out again.
I think this one's CJ Papa once again. Oh, whoa, yeah, he got a little loose there coming up off of the corner and bounced pretty hard up off of the 4 machine. Was that the 12 of Brett Bullard who got a piece of that as well?
Yes, and while these guys are in the caution lane, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills while these guys roll around the world's fastest half mile. We're going to go side by side. You want to stay here on Sim Racing Media.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
welcome back to the Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. As right now we are working lap number 83 of 325. I'm Alan Bergen alongside with William Irving, bringing you all the action from the EOL Race Rep Guy Cup Series. And right now, Peyton Holland and Noah Jackson battling it out here as we are under a muffler man caution once again.
Caution's out once again. Trying to get a good look. Might have been Mark Gonzalez.
See if that's the one that populates here.
Oh, it was the 4 machine. Adam Stewart. He had an issue, saw him down on the bottom.
And there it is.
Yeah, it just goes around off of the 21 of Tim Henderson. Kind of a lazy spin.
Taking a look at that race recap right now, we've had 5 cautions for 18 laps, 1 lead change. We're working lap 87 of 325. And I tell you what, Liam, this has been a fun night so far. I'm just happy to be back in the broadcast booth after a week off.
Yeah, I mean, these guys definitely deserve the week off, you know. Put in amazing racing week in and week out. Plus, it's Daytona week. We're all race fans here. But it is definitely good to be back and at one of the most historic tracks in the history of NASCAR, the Bristol Motor Speedway. This thing has been asphalt. It's been concrete. Back when they started racing here, it was not the Coliseum that you see today. You used to be able to, you know, see the hills from the pit lane. It was billboards in the corners. Now there is not an inch of this racetrack that is not surrounded by seating, and that is one of the coolest things about it. You know, it really gives you that big event feel, and it's not really a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, as these guys work their way down that back straightaway right now. Taking a look at the weather here, it is air temperature 64 degrees and track temperature 32. The relative humidity of 95%.
I will say, probably the only bad seat in the house is whoever's got to do work on the Colossus.
Oh, yeah.
Green flag back in the air. Peyton Holland going to lead him down. Contact coming up off into it. Around goes Grijalva. Big crash down the back straightaway. Huge crash into turn 3.
Oh, both the Red Line teammates are in it.
Justin Hutchison tags there at the end. Contact coming up off of 2 was Greg Wood. He got a little bit loose, and that sent the 22 down. He came back up and overcorrected. Unfortunately, takes out his teammate.
Oh, boy. I wanted to go on board with Greg Wood for that replay there to see what he had saw.
Well, now comes that kind of attrition part. We'll see if he can ride on board with Greg Wood. And yeah, I mean, you can hear him get out of the throttle to catch it, but it doesn't even seem to react a whole lot. It just the contact really affected that 22 machine, setting him down the racetrack.
Let's go to Chris Otto to he saw. Oh. I mean, Chris Otto was hard on the brakes.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, there's nothing you can do, and things just happen so fast here at Bristol. Could have been a lot bigger. Right on board here with the 13th.
Oh, what a great piece of driving by CJ Papa.
Yeah, you know, a lesser experienced driver would have tried to gas it up and use that throttle to get through. Good job by him to just let it roll back up the racetrack and not mash the throttle, because that would have gotten him sideways and potentially involved in the crash. Getting back ready for the restart here. The Ghost Energy machine of Peyton Holland leads him down into the restart zone. He's going to get away around midpoint. It seemed like the 87 was ready for it. It's not going to let him get away by very much as they're side by side for third.
And here comes the 16th car of Tom Bourne, throwing it back to the Biff with that that number font there, and Greg Wood Jr. trying to make his way back up there, but Tom Bourne Jr. up 19 spots, battling it out for the lead here with Noah Jackson and Peyton Holland.
Tom Bourne doing a phenomenal job. He started back in that 22nd position. He's definitely our biggest mover of the day. Working his way, everybody's working their way here on lap 97. Closing in on the 1/3 point of this race.
Yeah, definitely. They can get through 100 laps pretty quickly.
Oh, sideways there was the... Like Tom Bourne got super sideways there coming up off of the corner. Almost went straight down to the apron. Collects it back up. He's going to lose third and almost fourth place here if he can't keep that 31 at bay. Oh, around coming up off of turn number 4 was Brett Bullard. I think he saved it. But man, that thing was crazy sideways. He did save it. Driving all around here. Got a problem with Greg Wood. He's fallen down the racetrack considerably. He's back outside the top 10 in 12th place.
Yeah, as you look on the track map on the right corner of your screen, right now the leaders are coming in at turns 3 and 4. And the last car on the lead lap, which would be the 17 car, he's just down the halfway point of the back straightaway.
Yeah, still not sure what happened there to Greg Wood. He fell back from 3rd place all the way back to 13th, in the course of a lap and a half.
Like you mentioned, everything happened so fast here at the last Great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. And right there's Noah Jackson contending for the race lead here. He's going to battle Peyton Holland.
Just so tough to get it done here. He's gonna find himself with a run coming up off of the corner sometimes, but there's just not enough grip on the inside right now to be able to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now working more of a middle lane.
I mean, I'm not surprised to see Peyton Holland go up top here. That seems to be his bread and butter line. That's how he's got the lead in the first place. As he's going to have to defend up there sooner or later. But if you're Noah Jackson, you're thinking to yourself, what do I got to do to get around that 18 car? I mean, it's still early in the race. You're not going to push it right now on lap 107.
No, I mean, you're in a really good spot track position-wise. You know you've got a car that's capable of at least staying with the leader, which may or may not lead you to believe he's going to be a little bit quicker when it comes to clean air, fresh air in front of him. Gonna have to see what happens when these guys start to catch up to these lapped cars, though, because the next one in line to go a lap down is Patrick McQuaid. He's a couple seconds behind Caleb Collins, but he's only about a straightaway in front of these guys.
Definitely going back to that track map. I mean, the leader's coming.
Yeah, he's 11.5 seconds behind the leader. These guys are putting down 15-second laps. It's not an if, it's a when.
But just like we said at the top of the show, it's not a matter of if you're going to get lapped, it's a matter of when you're going to get lapped. And the best thing you can do as a lap car, and trust me, William, I've been there numerous times, I don't want to get caught on the corner as the lappee. You know, I want to be in communication with the leader and, let him know where I'm going to be at. And be predictable. So we got a yellow flag situation. Buffalo Rain Yellow comes back out for Brock Whitehead.
Brock Whitehead was running in third place. Oh, that looks and feels like contact to me. So we're riding on board, and it's definitely abrupt.
And he did have a little help from his friend.
Another kind of lazy spin here. There's definitely been some attrition showing up. We've had that big wreck in turn 3 and 4. But I tell you what, man, there's been some pretty interesting, solo spins. Interesting may be the wrong word, but, not a lot of guys getting damaged when they spin it out. A lot of guys being courteous when they see a problem, and that's refreshing at a tiny, tiny track like Bristol that has so much banking that you can't see a quarter mile in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to lap 1:14 and 3:25. Right now, Peyton Holland continues to lead over Noah Jackson and Tom Bourne. And Liam, I mean, what a fun race it's been to watch the 18 and 87 get after here tonight. Doing battle, good hard racing, good clean racing by both drivers, and even by Tom Bourne, who's up 19 positions currently from where he started at.
Fantastic drive there out of the 16, and he almost lost it there on that last restart. We saw him come out of turn number 2, big time side, maybe 4, but big time sideways. Lost a couple of spots there. That's where we saw the 31 get up to roughly 4th place. Both Tom Bourne and Dalton McKinney were able to get around. Now we're doubled up once again. The 7th caution here. We're on lap 116. Going to be green at 117. 208 laps to go.
Well, at least your math is mathing, because mine is not.
Somebody has to.
I mean, look, you're the brainiac of the group. I'm just here.
I don't know, man. You're pretty good on those 1s and 2s. Good at juggling those things, and green flag back out in the air. Calling restarts.
Definitely lap.
Little bit of a gap there.
Yeah, one lap 117, and Peyton Holland gets out gets the whole shot. That's the word I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it's been a little while since they've had dirt in here, so the whole shot isn't quite the relevant terminology, but hey, it's still a core memory that we had. Noah Jackson closing in a little bit sideways there, coming up off of the corner, get up into the wall just a little bit. Doesn't seem to slow him down much, as now you see Tom Bourne. He's sitting pretty right now. He's sitting in third place. He's worked his way up through the field a tremendous amount. Again, he started in 22nd. Currently sitting in the third position, right behind your leaders. And I gotta say, I know it's been Peyton and Noah up front for a lot of this. We have had Greg Wood up in the lead for a good amount of time too, early on. But in terms of the rest of the players, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, that has been a wild battle throughout the course of this day. These guys have been changing places left and right, making a little bit of contact. Ryan White, he's gotten himself up to 6th place. And there's Tim Henderson, who we saw involved in an incident earlier, getting spun around. Now, I think he might have nosed into somebody else who had spun out just a little bit. He's up to 7th place, up 8 spots from his start. But definitely 8 from the start is not telling the whole story of just how many cars that this 21 has had to pass.
Yeah, definitely that Icon Apparel's number 21. They're making it happen. Lap 124 of 325. Liam, we're not even halfway yet. And these guys have been pretty calm, cool, and selective here in the front. A few drivers have elected to put on the hauler already. One of those being Bill Hagan. He decided his fun meter's been backed out. Cole Martin, his fun meter's been backed out. Wes Fuller won in the race in the beer stand.
Yeah, 3 drivers out of this race, 25 still on track, 17 of those are still on the lead lap. And with the frequency of these cautions, Alan, we haven't seen that lap traffic really come into play. I know you said earlier, it's not a matter of if they catch lap traffic, it's when they catch lap traffic. This when has been a lot longer than I expected.
Might turn into an if at this point. Right now, they're just out here logging laps. As we got a battle for second right now between Peyton Holland and Tom Bourne. Holland wants it, Holland has it, Bourne wants it.
I guess that is kind of also one of the perks of, respectfully not having a Garage 66 or a Live Fast or like a not super competitive car on the racetrack. Like a lot of these, not every single driver who showed up to this race has a competitive setup, has a competitive driving style. I don't know about that Alan Bergen guy who never gridded up, but I mean, this is a different style, I guess. And I know there's been I shouldn't say a lot of frequency with this cautions because there's been a couple flurries, but we've had some decently longer runs. It just hasn't played out that way yet. I mean, we've had drivers wreck in front of the leader.
Christian Ruse.
Christian Rose there in 17th now. See what happens as he gets up to the outside. Oh, man. Up into the marbles and not a lot of rear grip there. Keep it off of the wall. Good drive there for Christian Rose.
We're going to have wholesale pit stops. Well, Lynn, while they're going in, we're going to go ahead and step aside one more time, take a commercial break, and we'll be side by side doing this thing here on Sunday.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Peyton Holland.
Yeah, let's see what happened to Peyton Holland to bring out this caution. We left under caution, we come back under caution. What happened?
Well, we're about to see how Peyton gets loose coming up off and tries to get her locked up and out of the way. Just didn't work out that way for him.
Yeah, he had such a good run going for him. And, well,
Yeah,
nice,
leading a lot of laps.
yeah, nice caution tonight. Want to thank everybody for joining us here in the YouTube.com live chat. Like Dead Space 123, saying good evening, EOL and chatters, and Reveal had a fan in here. So let us know who you're rooting on, cheering on, and we'll get these guys some TV time here. And the action just happens way faster. Well, that happens really fast here, but we're happy to just get these guys some air time. As leaving the front row's changed.
It has. Once again, Tyler Bentley stays out as everybody else comes into the pits. It's going to put him, along with now Tim Henderson. Oh, there's a problem there with the 24. It's going to put him, along with Tim Henderson, Thad Teasley, Greg Wood Jr. towards the front. Noah Jackson is going to restart here in 5th. He's the first driver on fresh tires, came in at lap 132.
Tim Henderson going to line up on the outside row. Scott Stewart saying go. Adam Stewart basically first one right now. Yeah, you can say that. Starting second.
Thad Teasley there up in 3rd. Good to see him running well. These cars off once again. Tyler Bentley going to lead him down. Green flag, and that inside lane got a little bit slower of a start behind Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler Bentley, 0.2 of a second over Tim Henderson and Greg Wood. Here comes Greg Wood putting a 21 car under fire. Not yet Goodyear to Goodyear, but they're getting close.
And he wants to try to get through as quick as he possibly can, because he knows that there's quick tires with Noah Jackson behind him. He's already gotten around Thad Teasley, who's getting swallowed up by the pack. You don't want to lose that preferred line, because the same thing could happen to you. You could get freight trained.
Definitely, we continue to watch this battle up here in the front. There comes Tom Bourne looking on the inside of Greg Wood Jr. And he's bringing that 87 car right along with him as the drafting has become so important here. Noah Jackson, Tom Bourne trying to ride past the 67 car together.
You say drafting in Bristol?
You can do a little drafting here, but look, you just can't draft. You can't side draft at a road course. You can do a little bit of drafting at Bristol.
Depends on the road course.
Well, you're certainly not going to side draft it to Chicago Creek course.
No, that's not a good one. But if they were still racing at the full Coda layout, you get up on somebody's door right out of that hairpin, you pull it back, bud.
K Todd 1977 rooting on the 77 car.
Well, here comes Noah Jackson looking up to the outside. And Tom Bourne, he's really trying to work that inside lane to get around the 21, and there's just nowhere for him to go. He can't use up the racetrack that he wants to. He's going to look to the inside, not quite thinking 3 wide at that point. Now he's going to have to follow through on the top, and the 21 moves up to still block. I tell you what, man, I know it's not personal, but if I'm in the 16 right now, I'm thinking it might be. And then, you get out of the corner and you move forward to the next turn at a short track. That is definitely one of those moments that a driver could get a little frustrated at. Even though it's nothing malicious, there's no intent behind it. It's just, yeah, man, I thought I had the run. Didn't get it. You let that guy go. You didn't let me go. A lot of ways to look at it.
I am still trying to catch my breath as my jaw just fell to the floor. Almost three wide action a couple laps ago. Right now, Noah Jackson out by himself. So is Tyler Bentley with Tom Bourne trying to put that 87 car under fire. Brock Whitehead out of Whitehead Racing. There he is back there in the fourth position, along with Ryan White. All over the back row for the 31 car.
Trying to be yet another successful driver named Ryan to drive a body armor machine. So the 34 is currently sitting in the 5th place. Not a bad run so far. Started in 8th. You've seen him up and down in the field and been around some wrecks. Not quite sure he's been in any, but he's definitely, everybody's been around some at this point. Yeah, seen somebody spin in front of you or had to get it on the brakes for something. Maybe got a little door ding trying to drive through one.
Right now we've had 9 cautions, 36 laps. Not doing horrible in the caution side. Our current leader right now is Tyler Bentley. We have 2 different leaders in this event here this evening.
Yeah, these guys doing... I mean, I'd say they're doing really good in the caution department. I know there's been a decent amount of single car incidents, so that's definitely slowed the pace of the race down a bit. But it's not been a lot of guys, throwing it into places where they shouldn't, or knocking guys out of the way in situations where they shouldn't. They're doing the smart thing. They're saving that until the end of the race. These situations are mostly guys getting loose up off of the corner, and if there is contact, it's because a guy just so happens to be where your car is getting loose to. Not his fault for being there, but that's more often than not what it's been. Somebody getting loose up off of the corner and kind of swinging down and hitting somebody as the caution is out once again. So we talk about him. We're going to get him. That one's Justin Hutchison. Oh, no. A couple of Noahs getting together.
Need an arc? I know a guy.
Well, there was 2 of them. They were side by side for a moment. I'm not sure that was the story, though. Noah Jackson was able to take over the race lead before that caution came out. However, Tyler Bentley still has 2nd place. Gotta believe he's going to be coming in this time, though, and he is. He's pushing almost 100 laps on those tires. Came in last on lap 68, now rocking 163. 94 laps on those Goodyear Eagles, and it's going to be about 4 or 5 other drivers coming in with them. Greg Wood, Tim Henderson, Patrick McQuaid, Caleb Collins. Tenth caution here of the race, right around the halfway point.
Let's bring up Trey, see what he's got from the infield.
Well, Trey, we're at the halfway point. We've seen a lot of comers and goers, a lot of pit stops and different strategies. What are you hearing from the drivers, and what do you think of Tyler Bentley's off-sequence strategy here working out?
Yeah, the off-sequence strategy is working out pretty well for him. Looks like when he's able to cycle up front, he's able to, stay up front. He had some pressure there from Noah towards the end. But Peyton Holland, with his strong run, I mean, even with his self-spin, he's back in the top 10, back in 7th. So with all these different strategies coming into play, I'm just excited to see how it all works out. everybody's still complaining about their car being looser than they thought. So it's a lot of fun watching.
It has been an absolute blast to watch, and we did see a little bit of contact there from the 46 of McKinney when that spin with the 18 happened. I'd assume the 18's feeling pretty good on damage. Do you know anything about the 46?
Yeah, the 46 doesn't have too much damage either. He actually got a damage check from the 31 of Brock Whitehead. Asked for a damage report from his spotter, and everything looks okay on the 46 machine as well, so both guys feel pretty good about their car.
Awesome stuff, man. We appreciate you. And once again, my bad for not seeing the infield care center message there, but
you're good.
We'll
yeah,
be
Joseph. We're going to get an interview with him for the newsletter, so no worries there.
awesome stuff, man. We'll be talking to you again. Pace car's making that hard left turn. Ready to rock and rumble. Strong restart on the inside. This time it's the outside with a bit of a struggle. Tom Morton gets down to the bottom. Whitehead's going to be able to take over second place.
Yeah, not long before Tom Bourne's on his tail once again, as we are just now been racing for a little over an hour and 3 minutes here, lap 167. You know, the back half of this race is trying to be more, well, we got caution number 10 out here almost immediately.
Well, this one's Greg Wood Jr. and Tyler Bentley, I believe, is involved in this as well. Oh. That is, I mean, we've seen it a couple of times already tonight. Driver just getting loose coming up off of the corner. Slides down, and there's a car there, and they make contact. This time it spins them both up the racetrack. That has got to be one of the scariest places to crash at this racetrack. Because, I mean, you know, with how short these straightaways are, you're coming back up the racetrack more than likely. And if you're not going to hit the wall, somebody might hit you still. Saw a couple drivers clip the 55 there. Not major damage, it doesn't seem, but might not be the case for Greg Wood.
Now Noah Jackson's back up to the point. Tom Bourne still in that third and final podium spot, but Brock Whitehead and that number 31 car just right there. We're almost there, Liam. We are on the back half of this race, working lap 170 of 325.
Tom Bourne is almost there as well. He's been, as high up as second for a moment. Just can't quite get those last two spots no matter who's in front of him. You know that 16 is going to be itching to get there, and he's going to potentially be in good shape here, restarting right behind the 87. Might be able to get the jump on the 31. Take him to the inside and take away second before turn 2 is complete. We'll have to see, though, because that outside lane seems to get a really strong run coming up off of turn 2 on these initial restarts.
Yeah, definitely Noah Jackson on the inside here. I'm surprised. We ran 117 or 171 laps, and we have yet to pass the back of the field under green flag conditions. iRacing.com pace car lights are out. The lights are out around the racetrack here. Noah Jackson, Brock Whitehead, your front row here as we get ready to come back to green flag racing here. Lap number 172. Jackson, Whitehead, back to green flag racing. We are green flag racing. 172. Noah Jackson out to an early lead. Brock Whitehead and Tom Bourne. Ooh, we got a whole gaggle of cars right here.
Ryan White there in the 14, Christian Rose in the, Ryan White's in the 34, Christian Rose in the 14. He's up 11 spots. We haven't seen him up towards the front a lot here today. The strategy working out in his favor as we got one up into the wall. I believe that was Kleinsma in the 15. He's going to lose a couple of spots, fall outside of the top 10. Continues on.
Yeah, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Noah Jackson starting to pull away a half-second lead over Brock Whitehead and Tom Bourne. These are your second, third podium spots right here. Looking a little bit deeper in the field, there's Ryan White there in that number 34 car. Zach Woods in the 60 car. He finds himself into the top 10 right now in that 6th position. He's looking for a little bit more.
Doing a pretty good job here. Still in 7th place here with the 21. Battling Zach Woods. Getting pretty close coming up off of the corner, but still not a lot of bump and runs looking down. Mark Gonzalez getting down to the inside, getting into turns 1 and 2. Looked like he was trying to make it 3 wide as these guys are battling hard. Brett Bullard and Patrick McQuaid. Still side by side back there. See if we can get...
Speaking of getting side by side, Tim Henderson almost got into Zach Woods there in the number 60 car. He saw just how close he's getting before he lets off the throttle.
He's looking down to the inside. He's got a nice run coming up off of the corner. He's going to slide up in the middle of the track, and looks like Woods is just going to let him through. Not going to fight him too hard on that as they're still side by side back there with Gonzalez, Bullard, and McQuaid. Tyler Bentley trying to find himself a way through, but these 2 cars right in front, they're almost effectively a roadblock. These 4 cars that are trying to figure out a way around. Here comes Peyton Holland up to the top. Gonzalez trying to figure out which one to follow. Tyler Bentley knows that there's not really a good option at the moment. Here comes the 12 fighting back up on the outside, but McQuaid is going to have the run, complete that pass, and now Gonzalez is going to try to follow through. Now they're side by side with Tyler Bentley and Peyton Holland, 2 drivers who have led this race. Gonzalez going to complete that pass. Tyler Bentley looking down to the inside of Bullard. Bullard tags the wall just a little bit. Holland followed him into it. Gave Bentley the chance to get side by side. Is he going to be able to complete this pass? Now Holland is under fire from the 33. Up the racetrack goes the 12, up into the wall. Ed Teasley's going to take advantage of that and take a twofer.
That's that classic 2-for-1 special.
Everybody likes a buy one, get one free.
I mean, who doesn't like a buy one, get one free? That's for the second and almost a half.
Yeah, that's the biggest lead we've seen by far all day. And you know, one of the interesting things about Bristol and about this league that also goes to show how competitive and how chaotic this track is. Brock Whitehead was maybe 100 laps ago one of the drivers that we were talking about as next in line to get lapped. Once the green flag lapping happens, he was going to be one of the first ones. He wasn't doing too well in the track position game. Here he is sitting in second. He's got Tom Bourne all over him, but he's doing a pretty good job of defending that position. And Tom Bourne is one of the fastest cars that we have on the racetrack. Taking a look at some of our fastest laps, he's got to be within, he's within 3/100ths of a second of the fastest lap run today. He's looking up to the outside of Whitehead here. Not quite able to get it to this outside in the middle of the corner, but yeah, as we take a look at fastest drivers right now, Tim Henderson leads the charge. CJ Papa, Greg Wood Jr., Brock Whitehead, Ryan White. Oh, here's a look to the inside from Bourne. And even with this battle going on, they're starting to close in on that 87 in front of
Christian, the 14 car, having a bit of connection issue. We're going to go ahead and keep an eye on that there in that number 14 car as we take, there he goes. Yeah, we got a caution.
The caution come out. Dalton McKinney has gone around. Man. Oh no. Keep it up.
Oh,
McQuaid's going to make some contact there at the end. That's a bad spot to hit, too, right there on the tire, right behind it. Could have potentially done some suspension damage to that 46.
Well, just as you say that, it's time for pit stops. We're almost up 200, so.
Clicking them away. 12th caution here on lap 196.
Saturday night, 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. The cars and stars of the Elite Cup Series roar into action as they take on. I didn't know we were going to have pop quiz today, but nonetheless. Race number 2. It is the Echo Park. They're at Echo Park Speedway, the 08 version. That's going to be fun here on Sim Racing Media. And then February 28th, they had the Auto Club. So, yeah, Liam, it's fun being a part of ECR on a Saturday night, but you can join Colin McDonough and Mike Damani, Liam's broadcast partner, on Tuesday nights with the Western States Racing League, and for a lot of fun on a Saturday night.
Be a great time. ECR consistently puts on great shows. We're A, biased, and B, picky. We know our leagues are good.
Oh, they're world class. What are you talking about? They're just good. They're world class.
This is true, yeah. I was trying to find a nice way to say we don't accept anything less, but it's really not us. It's like these leagues. They don't accept anything but the best, and they allow us to put on their shows for them, and we couldn't be any more grateful. Coming up off of turn number 4, the pit lane, or pace car goes down the pit lane. Green flag is in the air. Tom Bourne gets away strong. Brock Whitehead, a struggle there on the restart. He's going to lose a couple spots. Falls down the running order. It looked like he was going down the racetrack, and not in a good way.
Ooh,
Peyton Holland going up the racetrack, and sideways is the 4 just in front of him. Good job with a checkup there for Peyton. Stay green here with 125 laps to go. Number 4 machine, big time sideways. Good save out of Adam Stewart.
Yeah, Adam Stewart there in that number 4 car. Peyton Holland right behind him. Peyton Holland still on the lead lap.
Oh, man. Yeah, if you're Peyton Holland, you want this 4 to get out of your way. As they're getting down and racing for the lead here. Tom Bourne stayed out under that last caution, whereas almost everybody else came in. But Mark Gonzalez stayed out along with Greg Wood as well. And Gonzalez is wiggling off of the corner like crazy.
Oh,
He's getting
I don't like it.
a lot of pressure there from Whitehead. A little more stable that time, but I've seen him get super squirrely. Almost
There it
tank
is.
slap it. Oh, and
There
that
it
time
is.
he is going to tank slap it, and he's going to bring Whitehead with him. A tap from the 31. I could have been our least favorite adversary here on this thing, but it looked like a slight tap from the 31. Got an already upset 8 car. A little more sideways, and when he tried to straighten out the wheel, it just went straight to the wall. I don't know, man. That might not have even been a touch or a net cone. That could have just been the 8 getting really loose. I don't know if there's much aero involved in these cars anymore. I mean, I know that for a time when they updated them, you could get somebody ridiculously aero loose. And that if they didn't hit, that is as close to hitting as you possibly can. Unfortunately, he got a side swipe there by the 8 as he came back down the track, but able to continue on. Tom Bourne, Matt Davies, and Patrick McQuaid all come into the pits this time, along with Greg Wood Jr.
There's a 15 car getting his lap back. Jeff Klisma, Hinesville.
18 drivers on the lead lap still. Now back on the lead lap. Ryan Fortunato in 19th is 21 laps down, still in the pits right now, but looks like they're still working to get some repairs done on that. Adam Stewart, Charlie Childress, CJ Papa, Justin Hutchison, Chris Otto, Joseph Grijalva, Bill Hagan, Cole Martin, Wes Fuller, rounding out the drivers that are not on the lead lap. Alan mentioned 4 of them, 5 rather, have made it to the beer stand. Maybe gotten a seat up in the stands or straight up just beat traffic.
Taking a look at our Rich Wranglers, CJ Papa making the most out of his time on pit road at 13 minutes. He is 22 seconds right now. Justin Hutchinson making the most out of his time at 12 minutes in the pits, and you can read that chart all the way down there as we get ready to come back to green. Liam, I tell you what, let's run some green flag laps here.
Let's do our own little turn it up. You got those wall cameras still?
But I can do this.
Sorry to tease you guys. Pace car's going to make that hard left turn. Noah Jackson gets on the throttle right away. Green flag back in the air. 115 to go at Bristol. Well, Alan, I know we don't like to talk about the whole fuel thing, but we are getting to a point where you will be able to make it to the end on fuel. And if the cautions keep coming out, you're able to kind of save your tires. You might be able to make that last stop first.
Well, Ryan Fascinato ended up crashing. Here he gets into the wall. 25 car into the wall. We stay green. Oof.
Does a good job driving it away there. No caution here. Is Jackson able to stretch it out to about a half a second now over Henderson. We've got Ryan White, followed by Christian Rose, and Tyler Bentley worked his way back up to the top 5.
So working lap 215 of 325. Liam, we've only been racing for a little over an hour, just under an hour and a half. Really, 90 minutes so far. And it's been all Noah Jackson leading these guys to the arc, if you will. Ooh, the 14 car still having
the inside from Ryan White. Oh, way up the racetrack. They're going to be 3 wide coming up off of turn 4. They keep it together. Tyler Bentley going to be the big winner there. He moves up to 3rd place as Rose tries to get all over his back bumper. Can't quite get there in the middle. See these guys kind of sliding a little bit through the middle of the corner when they put the throttle down. It's going to hurt later on in the run. You're going to want to, especially with these guys talking earlier about how these tires continue to loosen the car up during the race. It's going to hurt when you see these guys get sideways through the middle of the corner.
Watching Christian Rose right there and a number 14 car. He's been battling connection issues all night. He'll go pop out and he'll respawn. Liam, I know you're a driver, but how frustrating is it to be around a guy that you know is having connection issues, who really doesn't want to give up a top 5 to fix these connection issues?
But you've got 2 problems, Alan. One, it's tough to pass a talented driver. The other one, it's tough to pass what you can't see. So, if you're going up into a corner and somebody blinks out, you don't know which line they're going to take, you might be a little extra cautious and be easier on entry, not really take an aggressive line because you don't know where they're going to come back out.
Meanwhile, back at the range, Tyler Bentley. Noah Jackson out to a 1.176 lead over Ryan.
Ooh, we got 3 wide coming up off of 4 there. Dalton McKinney, I believe. Peyton Holland was involved in that little battle. My goodness. I'm pretty sure Peyton saw a hole up on the outside and was just like, no, I'm taking it. He moves up to the outside, tags the wall, trying to get around Tom Bourne. Bourne on the freshest tires, well behind Greg Wood. They both came in on lap 207, trying to take advantage of the tires on the most recent pit stop.
I can say this right now. Peyton Holland's got 99 problems, but the lead ain't one. Well,
The caution flag might be, though, as Adam Stewart has gone around. Oh, and he had help. Oh, no, these 2 again. It's a lot more than just help there. That is a full-blown escort to the outside wall there. You get to see the 10 gets loose here. Justin coming up off of the corner. And when right when it transitions onto the apron there, I'd imagine he's getting on the brakes too, trying to not slide all the way up and hit the wall, but it just turned that car to the right. Looks like that's going to take out both Justin Hutchison and the 4 of Adam Stewart.
Oh, tough break for those 2 drivers.
Anytime you got to take a tow to the pits here, it's
definitely detrimental.
It's a tough break. I mean, it's really not far to go, no matter where you are on the track, but definitely still takes a while to get towed. You're going to lose a couple laps with that, and then obviously required repairs for not being able to drive it back. Could take a long time, man. It could be a half hour. Damage might be too much to take care of.
Well, now we got all that real estate that Noah Jackson had put between him and Tyler Bentley has now been erased here in lap 229 of 325 laps. Liam, we are in double-digit laps left to go here. What's going to be your strategy here to the end of the race? Are we getting ready to turn up the aggression level, if you will?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got about half the cars on the racetrack. So you can come from the back to the front a decent amount quicker. You've got a couple drivers just outside of the top 5 with fresher tires. Talking about Greg Wood there. And well, Tom Bourne, he was doing well until right before that last caution.
Well, nonetheless.
Oh no, Tom came back in and pit along with Ryan White, who came in and pit from 2nd place. Caleb Collins, Patrick McQuaid as well. Matt Davies back there came in to pit as well. So we'll see what these tires can do. About 30 laps fresher. Pace car makes that hard left turn. Tyler Bentley on the outside. Noah Jackson on the inside gets on the loud pedal, and he's going to drive it away. Bentley able to get clear. 2nd coming up off of 2. Contact. Wood try to work the bottom, try to use his slightly fresher tires to work his way through on the bottom of the caution. Is out Wood again. Fortunato in the 25. McQuaid up on the outside. Looks like the exact same thing that happened to the 10. Slightly slower speed, but
oh man.
now if you're these guys up front, do you pit now and try to offset with fresh tire advantage these drivers behind you are going to have?
I mean, I almost don't want to come in, but I kind of know I have to at some point.
Well, I mean, you never know. We could get another 20-lap green flag run, and then that could be the best time to pit.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Lights still on the iRacing.com sedan pace car.
Is that a BMW or just a sedan?
They just call it the iRacing sedan. It takes influence from numerous cars, but they definitely were going for more of the luxury style.
I feel like it needs to be updated.
Wouldn't mind that GR Supra.
There you go.
You know what they need? They need that ugly Chevy truck-looking thing that used to be the pace car in 05.
Oh, yes. I remember.
The purple and yellow.
I remember.
That's what I want pacing my fields.
I want anybody but Brett Bodine to drive it.
Buster Otten maybe could.
There you go. We're getting ready to get back to green flag racing here on lap 236 and 325.
Yeah, gonna be 90 laps to go when we take the green flag here. Still 17 drivers on the lead lap. Mark Gonzalez is 1 lap down in 18th. Still most of our lead lap drivers from the last update are still on the lead lap, with the exception of Mark, who is 1 lap down, but if we keep pacing it the way that we are, he might get himself that free pass. Green flag back in the air as Noah Jackson drives it away. Tyler Bentley once again clear for 2nd, this time a little bit stronger of a run from Henderson for 3rd. He's trying to get around Rose. Like you said, that connection issue, it can really boggle your mind, especially as you're getting to the late stages of a race here.
Yeah, absolutely here. We got side-by-side action going on right behind Tim Anderson and Greg Wood. Peyton Holland looking too.
Yeah, Peyton Just tried to clear himself off the front bumper of the 31. Thought better of it, but completes that pass anyways. Oh, contact on the back.
Oh, we got
Greg Wood
trouble.
up into
Oh,
Peyton
no.
Holland. Greg Wood upside down. Tim Henderson heavy contact. Ryan White's in there, so it's the 72 of Caleb Collins. Huge crash getting into turn number 3. And that's going to end Peyton Holland's day. I think Henderson's going to get sideways because he's racing the Ruse. Yeah, Greg Wood just... Couldn't get back, I'm not sure there. You know, he got clipped. Got him turned back up to the outside, as we've seen numerous times. It looks like they are going to try to get that 18 back out there, but definitely won't be at any competitive speed. So you can get another look here.
And
Oh yeah, he gets up into the marbles. A lot of cars up in there. A lot of big impacts too. This is definitely going to change the attrition factor of things here today.
oh, absolutely. So we go on board with Greg Wood, see what he saw. And he went for a ride. That car is toast.
Yeah, a lot of them are toast after that. Dalton McKinney, Brock Whitehead, Caleb Collins, Mark Gonzalez, Peyton Holland, Tim Henderson, all on pit road. Looks like Greg Wood Jr. has loaded it up.
Man. Let's see what our buddy Trey has.
Now we'll see how to do this. Looks like he's got Peyton in there with him, so.
Okay, we'll be patient. Back to Green Flag Racing, Noah Jackson on the button, and we're back. Lap 244, 325. Tyler Bentley in that I-90 performance race, number double nickel, right? Giving chase. And Christian Rose, Mr. Blinkety Blink all night long, is trying to chase down that 55 car. Now we got this battle going on between Tad Feedley and Tom Bourne. Tom Bourne going to slide up in front of that 33 car and take position number 4. Because Brett Bullard, and he's going to put that 33 car on notice. And here comes Zach Woods looking to do the same thing. We're at lap 2.
Yeah, we've got Trey with Peyton here in the infield care center. Trey, what you got?
Yeah, I'm down here with Peyton. Peyton, dominant car all night and just caught up in that accident with everything in front of you and you couldn't go anywhere. What happened?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know why the 67's in the race. I hate to tell you. He calls the first one for sure. He calls. I mean, I could probably name 2 or 3 if I look back, but I don't know. Just unfortunate. I seen him going low, and I thought he straightened it out like a normal driver, but then he shot back up the track, and then I just killed. So, but I had an awesome car. I felt great. I felt. I mean, I had a lot of speed. I was leading. I don't even know how many laps, but I led the beginning. Then I spun myself like an idiot. And I mean, once again, if I don't do stupid shit like that, I mean, I can stay out of stupid shit like this, you know. But I appreciate Ghost, and I appreciate Trey for making the scheme. I hope all my teammates are doing good out there. I know a couple other teammates got involved from the 67, just pulling stuff like that. So it was fun while it lasted, but it's just unfortunate, very frustrating. So just move on to Watkins Glen.
Yep, excited to see you next week. We'll see how the points shake out after tonight. Guys, back to you.
Good.
Thank you very much, Trey, for that. Yeah, I know that's definitely got to be frustrating. You're leading the race and doing so well, you get caught up in something like out of your control.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so disheartening. We feel bad for Peyton Holland, who's had such a great run with the Whitehead Racing team there. And I mean, now we're just clicking off the laps here. We're at lap 256 of 325 laps. I mean, we're getting down to it, and Liam, I don't know about you. I got a feeling I think there's pit stops coming pretty, by the end of this race.
If they've got to make another pit stop, they have better be hoping there's going to be a yellow flag coming their way. Right now, you got Tom Bourne on the freshest tires in the field, with the exception of Brock Whitehead and Dalton McKinney, who got a piece of that last accident. He's got the freshest tires. Tyler Bentley behind him, along with your race leader, came in on 195. It's going to be out 130. I feel like that's a 100% fuel run. So these guys will be hoping for another caution before the end of this thing, because if it does run green, I think Tom Bourne might be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are watching high above Bristol Motor Speedway, as we are now in the chopper. Lap 261 of 325 here. Noah Jackson out to a half-second lead over Tom Bourne. Just right behind these guys, goes that double nickel of Tyler Bentley. He's up one spot. So Tom Bourne can pull off the podium for racing in here. He would finish second. Looking a little bit deeper in the field, that Busch Light Can is one field-looking beer can right now. He had an earlier accident at the start of this race that put him several laps down.
Yeah, I mean, he started textbook definition of behind the 8-ball. I'm not sure if there was a checkup in front of him, but something happened that got him sideways, and he actually spun it down into the pit lane. And I believe got an unsafe pit entry because of it. So he had to come down and serve a penalty basically before taking the green flag. Put him down, I believe, 2 or 3 laps. He's recovered back on to the lead lap. He's up in the top 10 now. 32 Matt Davies. He's had himself a roller coaster of a day, but it's like it's ending strong.
It definitely didn't. We go back to Patrick Wade here. We just couldn't check the Looney Tunes from the last week at Michigan. I got to tell you, Liam, I don't know about you, but I had a fun time 2 weeks ago when we had the Looney Tunes guy, the characters up here, Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote and all the other host of characters.
That was definitely a blast. Definitely a new thing for me. Haven't had the chance to do a lot of work with characters before, so tried to tee them up as well as I could, but I might need some acting lessons for the next time just to kind of set up the comedy a little bit better. But I tell you what, did a phenomenal job, and it was a really cool thing that these guys threw together here in the Race Rap Guy Cup Series.
Oh, and just as you'd have it here, Tom Bourne taking the lead. These guys are mired in lap traffic. Who's going to get around the lap car first?
Alan, you said it wasn't a matter of if these guys were going to catch up to the lappers. It was when. It took us over 200 laps, but here we are. It's the when. Almost a little bit of contact there. Noah tries to use the 24 as a pick. Going to try to do the same thing with Gonzalez. Around goes the 24 into Rose. The caution's going to come out. Noah Jackson holds on to the lead for now, but this could create the final pit stop opportunity. Set these guys up on equal tires. So the 24 is up and into the wall, trying to stay out of the way, and unfortunately, it's up in those marbles. When he puts it back on the throttle, Charlie Childress hits sideways, collects roast there. 60 and 33 with a separate incident. That's Thad Teasley and Zach Woods.
Let's see what happened here.
Oh, oh man. So they're checking up for the wreck, and 46 just... I don't know if he didn't know the caution was going to be out, or... What the exact situation was there, but he just plowed into him like he didn't know he was there.
Liam, we're going to go ahead and take our final set of commercial breaks for the night. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss staying here on Sim Racing Media. We'll be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
back to the Bristol Motor Speedway as we are working our 18th caution of the night here. Lap 279. This one involving Tad and Seasley. Let's take a look and see what happened here. And
Oh man, that thing got loose in the middle of the corner.
yeah, nowhere for anybody really to go.
So that's what brought out the caution. But as we were side by side, we saw Noah Jackson have a problem. Here, we're going to take another look at that as well.
And oh,
Yeah, same kind. Oh, whoa, yeah. There's this super sketchy, not intentional rejoin there, but super sketchy rejoin.
almost like something I would do.
I don't have any comment because you did so good at Bristol that time. You know, nothing that happened was your fault. So I really can't even make fun of you.
Yeah, exactly. And I love short track racing. I'm just unless there's dirt on the track, I'm no good at it.
Everybody's got their kind of niches. I feel like I'm really good with intermediate style tracks. But I feel like everybody feels that way. Lights are off on the pace car. Dalton McKenny's up in the race lead. I would have thought he would have had to come in and pit after that incident there where he ran into the back of the 60, but like he restarted okay that last time. He's going to have Tom Bourne to his outside, who's got 30 lap fresher tires. He came in under the caution before last. He's got Brock Whitehead right behind him. Matt Davies up to 4th after his unfortunate start. I tell you what, that'd be a podium interview right there, talking to the driver of that 32 machine. His car pulls back in. McKenny leads him down. He's on the loud pedal, pulling away. And here comes Bourne up on the outside. Great run coming up off of 2. He's going to get to the door. Oh, up the racetrack goes the 46 McKenny. Bourne gets clear for the lead, and here comes Whitehead looking to the inside.
I almost feel like that 46 car is just underpowered right now. I know he's not having fun driving.
Oh, one sideways.
Tyler
Bentley into the inside wall. He's going to drive away, but that's some heavy damage to the left front. I don't think that thing's going to handle right. Back up front, though, Tom Bourne just hit the fastest lap of the entire race of 15:04. Just taking now 40 laps to go. Second place, Dalton McKenny. Third place, Matt Davies.
I mean, that's not even a crinkled beer can.
No, mine usually look worse when I'm done with them. McKenny slides up the racetrack, and like you said, I think he's underpowered, but I do think that grants him a little bit of benefit. He can get onto the gas a little bit sooner, getting a better exit because he's not going to have to, or he's not worried about sliding those tires so much. It's going to hurt him entering the corner and at the end of the straightaways, but he can kind of make up for it through the late, middle, early exit of the corner.
Yeah, watch
Although
it.
one thing that I want to bring up is that as of right now, the amount of spots gained from the start of the race by the top 4 is 57. The driver in second place started in second. So 3 of the top 4 have made up 57 spots combined. And that's just from the start. We don't have the analyticals from in between cautions and restarts. Everything that they made up after they lost it on pit road. Cream is definitely rising to the top, and as I say that, Noah Jackson, who came in and got fresh tires, and he's in the wall.
Oh no!
Brett Bullard gets loose off the corner and hits Noah Jackson, turning him heavy into the outside wall.
saw the initial contact live. And, oh, boy.
35 laps. I know Noah's got speed. I don't know if there's a lot of damage, but even restarting just outside the top 10 as McKenny's going to come into pit now. McKenny pits from second place. Just going to put Kleinsma up into third. And Teasley up to fourth. We've seen Teasley involved in a few things here today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was
Couple of crinkle fenders. Well, now Teasley's coming into the pits too.
I was watching that number 32 car go around the racetrack, and Liam, that car with the bush on there reminds me of the tall, cool one, Bob Pierce from back in the 80s. Yes, the 80s. That 32 and bush all over it. So a nod to Bob Pierce, the dirt late model Hall of Famer.
Is that Bobby's dad?
That is Bobby Pierce's dad, yes.
Yeah, Bobby Pierce is a little bit more my time, but everybody's... Racing's a family sport, man. You know, nobody gets to be that good without having a proper support system. And just goes to show.
You know, funny story.
So now this is going to be interesting. Or sorry, go ahead, yeah.
Funny story. I got to watch Tyler Reddick win a dirt late model race down in my neck of the woods. So it's kind of a full circle moment for me. Watching they called him the California Kid, and now he's winning the Daytona 500. So I was low-key cheering for Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, you know, it was cool to see him win that. Yeah, I was at his most recent win before that, also in Florida. Couldn't be at this Daytona 500, but man, I wish I was. But we got to get back to business here, Alan, because this is where it gets interesting. We're going to restart with 30 laps to go. The top three, their last pit stop was on 272. Fourth place. Sorry, Kleinsma came in on 241, but everybody behind them came in under this last caution. Dalton McKenny, Noah Jackson, Brett Bullard. They're going to have fresh tires. They're not going to have a long way to go, and not a long time to get there. Green flag, and we're going to go caution already. McKenny gets turned.
Oh, no. I kind of wonder if Dalton McKinney has spun the tires.
Maybe missed a shift or something.
Oh! Liam, let's go
Anybody
on.
shift?
We're going to go on board.
No. Well, no, it doesn't. He's driving it away, so I don't think it's torn up. Yeah, let's go on board.
Oh, he spun the tires.
Yeah, he did on the upshift. Charlie Childress coming to a stop to avoid hitting there. So now that takes away about 4 laps that a driver like Noah Jackson or Brett Bullard, Zach Woods going to be able to use to work their way up past those 4 drivers in front of them. Can you imagine sitting in that 32 machine? Just the day that he has had. Started this race, supposed to start it in the 19th position. Spins the tires on the start, spins it into the pits, has to serve a black flag before he even technically took the green flag. Goes laps down and stays in it, battles through attrition. Definitely a couple of dings and dents along the way, but now he finds himself in second place with a chance to get himself a win after 325 laps are complete here at Bristol.
Yes, absolutely. Tom Bourne on the inside. Tom, you got to remember, Liam, Tom Bourne's been hard to get past on these restarts all night long when he's out front. But my eye right now is on that 31 car. I think Brock Whitehead's going to be in the best position possible, as he's going to be able to take off right when Tom Bourne does.
Yeah, he's got a little bit older tires than Tom in front of him, but if he can get that good launch, we've seen, especially out of the 55 earlier, that a slight tire disadvantage can definitely be manageable. See what Tom Bourne's got, though. He's going to restart it on the inside. We're going to have 25 laps to go. 300 in the books. Green flag back in the air. This time everybody gets away clean and green. Here comes Jackson already on the inside for third. He got a good run. Oh, and sideways is a 33 getting into turn 3. He's going to collect Millard and the 24. Oh, man, and he's just going to keep bouncing off a car. Man. So he gets loose coming up out of the corner. You're going to see the 15 gets loose with him. He's just still squirrely and tries to not go up and sandwich the 12th between the wall, but unfortunately coming up into the corner, he's just along for the ride. And then I don't know if he didn't have brakes at that point or control of the car, but he just kept bouncing off of drivers like he was the ball and they were the paddles.
Tom Bourne continues to lead this piece. Matt Davies back there riding in that third position right now, and he's got one of the best in the business of Noah Jackson going to be right to his outside when we go back to green flag racing. And I'm going to go out on a limb, so they got like 23 to go.
This time Matt Davies is going to be the one who gets to restart on the inside, right behind Tom Bourne. Noah Jackson will be stuck behind the 31. He's got a little bit of damage on his front bumper. They've got a 50-lap gap between their tires.
Well, what do you say we get
Tyler
ready to
Bentley
go
is.
green?
I'm ready, man. This is going to be a show, and well, I know you know. You're a big fan of short track racing, but once you get inside at 20 to go, it's like Aladdin, man. It's a whole new world. Guys are going to be comfortable using the bumpers. They're going to be beating and banging. They're going to be making sends that we haven't seen in 300 laps. This is where things are going to get really good. We are going to single file restarts now.
Okay.
After this flurry of cautions, we are working our 21st of the race.
I wonder if that's a record.
Yeah. You never know. Records are made to be broken. Though I'm not sure that we're ever going to beat the 2005 Coca-Cola 600 with 22 cautions in a NASCAR Cup race. Pace car makes the hard left turn. Tom Bourne gonna lead him down. Green flag in the air. Whitehead gets a pretty good restart. Tries to stay with the 16. Matt Davies has a rear bumper all full. Noah Jackson.
Yeah, I'm low-key rooting for Matt Davies. Whoa! Noah Jackson gonna get into the 32 car.
But he's gonna
no!
turn down the back straightaway and spin it. Back up the racetrack, more contact. I expected a lot more. Might have gotten a scrape there from the 13 of Papa.
That is one sprinkled beer can.
And I'm not sure the contact directly caused that, but I would say it probably indirectly caused it. Definitely felt that shot and said, all right. Tried to drive it away, but Coming up off of the corner on that transition, the car just got upset. And we've seen it time and time again how hard these next-gen cars are to save once you get it past a certain degree. You know, it's tough to get her back straight. It's either going to overcorrect or you might just want to spin it down. Obviously, Bristol, you don't have the choice to spin it down because there's an inside wall right there.
Yeah, it's one of those self-clearing racetracks. Tough break for Matt Davies and that 32 car.
Yeah, his incredible run to the finish here is unfortunately reached a tougher ending than he was hoping. He still looks to be on the lead lap in the top 10. Should be able to gain a few spots and maybe work his way back up to the top 5, but we shall see. 22nd caution of the night here, working lap 310. 15 to go when they cross the stripe. Lights are still on the pace car, so we'll be taking at least one more lap around.
I mean, Matt Davies is catching up to field. He's back there in the 7th. Not too much front end damage. That back end damage may not hurt him as bad as we think it's going to hurt him.
No, it didn't really look like super significant contact from the 13. It looked like more of a passing graze than anything. So I know that back bumper got kind of dented in a bit, and maybe we would have seen a can opener in action if this was not iRacing. But just how slight that contact looked, I think he should be all right to drive it away. It's going to restart in 7th, just behind Mark Gonzalez, Dalton McKinney. In front of them, Jeff Kleinsma, Noah Jackson in 3rd, Whitehead in 2nd, Tom Bourne in the race lead. Everybody working down the back straightaway now, tightening it up for this restart, which could be the last. Tom Bourne trying to drive it away, get the iconic number 16 in the Greg Biffle style to victory lane. Let's move up front, Allen, as the pace car makes that hard left turn. Green flag is out. Tom Bourne gets away strong, and a really good restart from the rest of the top 5.
And now here comes Noah Jackson.
All over the back bumper of that 31. He's got fresher tires by about 50 laps. He's going to look down to the inside. He's got the nose there. He's just got to try to hold it down on the bottom. He's going to get the pass complete coming up off of turn number 2.
13 circuits around.
Now 12 is Jackson. He's just under a second rather behind Bourne. Nobody in between them.
I think with 11 laps to go, I think Jackson's got a strong possibility to catch that number 16 car.
I don't know. Tom Bourne is putting down some mighty fast laps.
Oh no!
Noah Jackson has had
He's had a connection issue.
He just dropped out for a second, but he's right back on the track. He's still in 2nd place. Mark Gonzalez is looking up, trying to take away 3rd from Brock Whitehead. Nine-tenths of a second here with 9 laps to go, coming to 8 laps to go when they cross the stripe. These laps are going to click off fast. This is about 2 minutes of racing to go as Tom Bourne tries to hold that 1 second gap over Noah Jackson.
Tom Bourne is doing everything you need to do. Be calm, cool, and collective. Don't worry about your rear view mirror. Just drive out your windshield. 7 laps to go here from Bristol. Gonna be Tom Bourne, Noah Jackson, Brock Whitehead, Mark Gonzalez, your top 4. Dalton McKinney rounds out your top 5. With half a
Every single lap around. It is about, I was going to say it's about 100th or 2 in the favor of Tom Bourne, but Noah Jackson got sideways that last time around, and he lost half a second. We've got 5 laps to go, coming to 4 laps to go when they cross the stripe, and we've got ourselves a really good battle here for 3rd place, trying to get the final spot up on the podium. Gonzalez trying to wrestle it away on the bottom. Dalton McKinney trying to find a way through. Which way is going to move first? He's going to go down to the bottom and try to follow Gonzalez through. Gonzalez slides up the racetrack. They're 3 wide through turns 2. Going to pop a 2. Whitehead's going to be the big loser there, but McKinney going to try to close back in on Gonzalez as Matt Davies tries to close in. 3 laps to go for your race leader. McKinney tried to take away 3rd place up on the outside of Gonzalez. Coming up off of turn 4, there's contact! Into the inside wall goes Gonzalez. They're both going to hit the inside wall. They're going to drive it away. No caution yet. No caution yet. Tom Bourne. When does he take the white flag? White flag is in the air. A caution's not going to happen. Tom Bourne has done an incredible job of driving away. He started this race in 22nd. Took him a while to get to the front, but once he got it, he never looked back. Tom Bourne wins the 3M325 at Bristol.
What a run by Noah Jackson.
Yeah, Noah Jackson's going to come home 2nd. Brock Whitehead holds on for 3rd after that contact in front of him, and an incredible run there for both Gonzalez and McKinney. That unfortunately, that contact there at the end took away both of their chances at a podium finish, but it did allow Matt Davies to get up to the top 5. Now we get to watch Tom Bourne. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Bourne it down!
I like it. I like it. How fitting here. The 16 number, Tom Bourne burning it down.
Fantastic drive. A wonderful display of patience. You're going to need a lot of that to get it done, or even to finish 325 laps at Bristol, but be able to hold up to that kind of pressure. And you got Noah Jackson behind you. I know he had a little bit of damage, but one of the strongest cars all race. It's going to be a good feeling for him.
Yeah, absolutely. As we await the arrival of our top two podium finishers. It's like Brock Whitehead is down there patiently waiting to be interviewed.
We can run through the results now while we wait. We
can do that.
The formalities out of the way. Tom Bourne gets her done here in Bristol over Noah Jackson and Brock Whitehead. Ryan White and Matt Davies round out the top 5, followed by Patrick McQuaid, Christian Rose, Caleb Collins, Jeff Kleinsma, and Dalton McKinney. And we've got Mark Gonzalez, Zach Woods, Ryan Facinato, Brett Bullard, Thad Teasley, Tyler Bentley, Charlie Childress, CJ Papa, rounding out this page, followed by Peyton Holland and Tim Henderson. And look at this! Oh my God, that's amazing! We didn't even do that. Anyways, I don't know if we saw it on your screen, but he did burnouts into victory lane right in front of our scenic camera.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, man. Well, Greg Wood Jr., then we've got Adam Stewart, Justin Hutchison, Chris Sato, Joseph Grialva, Cole Martin, Bill Hagan, and Wes Fuller rounding out the field. Oh, man. I'm a little bit sad that might not have been on your screen, too, because it was like it was set perfect.
I'm a lot bit sad. Well, as we await our race winner, we got 2 out of 3 in the waiting room.
Now let's go ahead and bring in Brock Whitehead. Brock, it's Liam and Allen up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Bristol definitely has its ups and downs for everybody, but you had yourself a pretty nice up there at the end as you let those guys go. Then they give you that podium spot ever so graciously back. First, talk with us about your race, and then kind of what was your reaction when you saw them getting together like that?
Yeah, it was a very up and down race. Ran out of talent, I think about lap 2 or 3, and just got a little bit of damage from self spinning. Then accidentally took tires, and then yeah, just got back up there and then got back to the back and got back up there and back to the back. It was just yeah, it was insane. And then got caught up in a couple more wrecks. Got turned there at one point. Accidentally took tires again, which somehow my 2.5 minutes worth of optional made my car better than the 30 seconds of optional from the beginning of the race. Just got up there and tried to hold it and stayed out because I didn't have any tires left for the last 100 laps. Just kind of tried to hold it there, and we went single file for the last about 30 laps, I believe, just because of all the wrecks. And just, yeah, they got by me there, and I was hoping just at least for another top 5 or just a top 10. I mean, a top 10 would have been great for the night that I had. But yeah, and then they got together and just stayed in it, and was hoping that there wasn't a caution there at the end, and thankfully there wasn't. To be honest, I don't even think I deserved to be talking to y'all tonight after the race that I had, but that just proves to never give up and just stay in it.
Yeah, you definitely had a phenomenal race here. Before we let you go and celebrate with the rest of the Whitehead team there, who do you want to give a shout out to for such a strong run and overcoming so much adversity today?
Yeah, the sponsor on the car, Travels by JD. Go check him out. He's literally a free travel agent that will do everything for you, by cruises, hotels, airfare, everything that you could think of that involves traveling or staying somewhere. Definitely go check him out on Facebook. Everybody at Whitehead Racing, Peyton Holland, Matt Davies, Trey Whitehead, Ryan White, and Chris is our kind of crew chief for the whole team. He kind of keeps us in check throughout the race. All the admins, I know it's been a busy last 2 weeks with a bunch of the rule change. Just want to thank them for everything that they do. Race Control and Hubco for putting the league on, and then y'all for broadcasting.
Awesome stuff, Brock. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations on your incredible roller coaster ride here at Bristol.
Thank you.
All right, and then we'll bring in second place before we get our winner here, just to keep the numbers in order. Got Noah Jackson with Allen.
Noah's Alan and Liam up in the SRM booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got y'all.
Hey, look, man. You had a real up and down day there towards the end. Looked like you were going to be strong at the beginning. Take us through that race and what where you could have needed out of the car to possibly challenge Tom for the win.
Not have damage and not kick myself in the ass and making mistakes. But
Yeah,
we had a good run all the way around.
Yeah, definitely. And then you got caught up there in a couple of accidents, but nonetheless, you recovered to a second place finish after having a strong showing. Next week we turn the page and go to Watkins Glen. What's your mindset as we head to the to north, to upstate New York?
Just gonna have to survive. It was just like tonight. You're just gonna have to survive and just keep your car clean all the way around and save tires. And if guys are faster than you, you just gotta let them by and be there at the end. So we're just gonna have to play our cards right and see how everything falls.
Awesome stuff. Well, before we get you out of here, Noah, is there anybody that you want to thank that helped you get it done on that 87 car?
Yeah, thanks to Hubka Motorsports, Chevrolet, Top It Off Hot Sauce, just everybody that's on the team, and all my friends and other competitors for giving me advice whenever I need it. And we just have a really good group of guys in this league, and I couldn't be happier on where we are.
Awesome job. Well, once again, congratulations on that P2 finish, and we'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and then saving the best for last this time. Tom Bourne up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you guys.
That's Liam and Alan up here, and we just watched you with an incredible run here. I mean, you started within the top 10. You never really left it. You kept clawing, and actually, there was a reset. You started outside of the top 20.
Yeah, started 22nd tonight.
Yeah, that's sorry. The graphic didn't go back far enough, but yeah, you started outside the top 20. You got yourself up into the top 10 early, and then it was just kind of patiently working your way back up to the front. What does it take in terms of making moves and passing guys early, and then bringing that patience back in towards the middle part of the race?
Ultimately, I knew I had a fast car from practice. Didn't get the qualifying run we wanted. Decided to wreck it on lap 2 of the qualifying run. So that wasn't a fantastic start to the race. But overall, I knew I was faster than a lot of these guys. And I just had to keep reminding myself to stick to my game plan, just to try and make sure I kept the car clean, avoid the accidents, because I knew there was going to be accidents everywhere. It's just a matter of if I got collected in them or not. Missed some close calls, but overall, like we just stayed focused. It was a long race. I didn't push the issue. We had a lot of green flag laps. I was able to save some tire and just kind of do what I had to do to make sure that I was in the right spot towards the end.
You spent a lot of time in the middle middle part of this race, sitting in second, sitting in third, but staying right up on those leaders. How does it feel in traffic, and what does it take to be so good at following and not overdriving your stuff?
Ultimately, it's just trying to keep the car under control. If you're faster than the guys in front of you, but it is a one-lane racetrack, like it kind of was for the first half of this race. You just gotta stay in your rhythm, but be mindful that you might have to check up, and it'll all come down to if you can stay in your rhythm and not get aggressive after one checkup. That's something that I've been working on a lot, or this coming season, and just overall, and just kind of sticking to what I need to do. And I would have loved to pass Peyton and Noah and everyone else in front of me at that time, but I just had no way around them, and it was way too early to force the issue. So we just decided to ride, and cautions fell properly, and I was able to get off strategy and somehow cycle in front of them when push came to shove. And luckily we had fresher tires towards the end, and we were able to get it done.
Well, Tom, you threw together a phenomenal race, and not only did you win, but you got that super famous, super good-looking 16 into victory lane for the Biff. What does that mean to you? And before we let you go, who do you want to thank for running so strong here today at Bristol?
It definitely means something. I've been a Greg Biffle fan since 2003. I watched him here and there in the then Busch Series and all the way through Cup until he retired. And I've tried multiple years to be able to run this number in leagues, and I finally have been able to get it over the past year to 2 years, and it's been my number since God knows how long. And it just feels good actually being able to get it in victory lane where it belongs, honestly. But with that being said, unfortunately don't have the same Greg Biffle scheme, but the number will suffice. But Genesis Rescue Systems, Reaper Apparel Company, Ghost Energy, RKR for bringing me back this season. Last season took a toll, and wasn't sure if I was going to be back, but I'm glad I am. and you guys are putting on a great broadcast. Week in and week out. I love rewatching them and listening. Melissa, Sydney, Kira, everybody else watching. Like, without you guys, this isn't it. This isn't worth it. So appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate the broadcast. Hupka, I don't know where he is today, but glad he has me back for another season, and hopefully we can chase second championship.
Well, awesome stuff, Tom. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're glad you're back too, man. Congratulations on the win here at Bristol, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That was Tom Bourne, and yeah, I mean, you can tell it means a lot. He's not very. I'm trying to figure out how to say it, but like he is not at all shy to who Greg Biffle is, and it's cool that it means so much to him. He was already somebody that drove the 16 before the tragedy, so happy for him there. Well, that should about do it for us here on Sim Racing Media. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in here live, hanging out with us on a Wednesday night and watching some incredible racing action. These guys just threw together 325 laps of heart-pounding action, and Tom Bourne gets an emotional win here to finish off the night.
Yeah, Liam, I'm ready to get out of here and head to New York for Watkins Glen next Wednesday night. You can join myself and Liam Irving right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And, well, once again, as I do, before we get out of here, Liam, want to send thoughts and prayers to my father, who's he's in recovery. He's getting there, so, just kind of helping him along the way and being there for that support system. But Liam, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Your father's always in our hearts, and we're always going to be hoping and praying for the absolute best in a tough spot. But yeah, as always, I'd like to quote Cletus McFarland, say, "Be like Biff, do it for Dale, and be like Biff." And I like to quote Tony Trapasso and say that as you guys walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Have a good night, folks.